Good afternoon. As a member of the opposition, my goal today is to clearly explain why banning the death penalty is not the right solution, and to directly respond to the arguments made by the member of government. Their speech sounded convincing in tone, but when we examine the logic and evidence behind it, their case does not hold up. The government argues that the death penalty should be banned because it doesn't take away the pain the families feel. But emotional pain is not the measure we use to evaluate criminal justice. No form of punishment brings a victim back, and the government cannot claim that families feel no closure when historically many families do support capital punishment, precisely because it acknowledges the severity of what was done to them. They cannot speak for all victims, and emotional healing cannot be legislated. Justice is about accountability, not eliminating grief. Next, the government claims that the death penalty does not make the streets safer, and that crime rates stay the same. But the point of capital punishment is not broad deterrence, it is incapacitation. It permanently prevents the most dangerous offenders from harming anyone ever again. Even with life sentences, inmates still assault guards, kill other inmates, and even orchestrate crimes from behind bars. The government offers no evidence that banning the death penalty would reduce crime. Saying crimes stay the same does not make it true. They also argue that rehabilitation programs are better than the death penalty. This sounds nice in theory, but it ignores reality. Many capital crimes are not committed by people who need therapy. They are committed by individuals who planned and carried out acts of extreme violence with full awareness. Serial murder, torture, mass shootings. These are not cases where rehabilitation is a realistic or responsible alternative. The government provides no funding model, no evidence, and no proven strategy showing that the rehabilitation plan works for the most violent offenders. The government also relies heavily on the claim that the death penalty discriminates based on race, income, or disability. Bias in the legal system is a serious issue, but abolishing the punishment does not fix that bias issue. It only removes a sentencing option while the bias still remains in the courts. If discrimination is the problem, the solution is legal reform, better representation, mandatory DNA testing, sentencing oversight, and even structural fixes. Banning the death penalty does nothing to solve the problem they're highlighting. Another point they made was that using examples like John Wayne Gacy is unfair because not all death row inmates are serial killers. But the opposition never argued that every death row inmate is a Gacy. Our point is that the death penalty exists for the worst, most dangerous criminals, the one who cannot safely be reintegrated into society. Highlighting discrimination does not change the fact that some crimes are so severe that society must have the option of the strongest possible punishment. Now let me extend the opposition's case. First, the death penalty protects innocent people in the future. Life imprisonment does not guarantee safety. Violent criminals continue hurting people inside prisons every year. They kill guards, kill other inmates, and in some cases, escape or organize further violence. Execution guarantees zero future victims. Second, long-term imprisonment is extremely expensive. Housing an inmate for 40 to 60 years costs taxpayers millions of dollars in food, medical care, security, and facilities to upkeep. The government talks about rehabilitation, but rehabilitation programs are also expensive and have extremely low success rates for violent offenders. They haven't shown their plan is financially realistic. Third, justice demands proportionality. Some crimes are so severe that removing capital punishment sends the wrong message, that no level of violence is beyond rehabilitation. The justice system must reflect both accountability and the moral weight of the crime committed. At the end of the day, the government has not proven that banning the death penalty solves any of the issues they highlighted. They have not proven it makes streets safer. They have not proven that rehabilitation works for violent offenders. They have not proven discrimination requires total abolition. And they have not shown any real-world model where their plan succeeds. Meanwhile, the opposition has shown that the death penalty protects the public, reduces future harm, saves resources in the long term, and provides a justice system that acknowledges the severity of most extreme cases. For all these reasons, I strongly urge the House to oppose the government's cases. Thank you.